I do not believe that there is such a thing as a middle class, and I want to explain why. There's kind of two things happening. The first is economic, and the second is cultural. So, the first thing is we are going through a period of intense wealth stratification. The wealthy are getting wealthier, and the bottom percentiles are continuing to struggle, which is sort of hollowing out what you would traditionally call the middle class. But the second thing is very much cultural. I always say that wealth is relative. Your perception of how wealthy you are is very much dictated by what is around you, the community around you. So if you are a millionaire and you are hanging out with only billionaires, you are going to feel less wealthy by comparison. And in the past, this was highly dictated by the people you physically interacted with. But now, because of the internet, you have exposure to tens of thousands of people every day. And that has really skewed people's perception and expectation of what middle class is. Because, for example, someone making $100,000 but lives in New York City could be considered middle class in the same way that somebody making $40,000 in another area of America could. Like, it's such a broad definition that it almost loses all meaning. And on top of this, we have also lost clear markers of economic stability that typically define the middle class. Being able to afford a home, raise kids, retire. And because a lot of those things have become out of reach for the vast majority of Americans, the question is sort of, well, what is a definition of a middle class anymore? And because we are in a phase of late stage capitalism, it is defined by rampant consumerism. So much of what people expect as like a middle class or comfortable lifestyle is very much built around owning lots and lots of things. And that is exacerbated by social media. So you're constantly being told that if you don't have, this much stuff, live in this big of a house, you're kind of falling behind. So again, the goalposts sort of keep moving. And so then the class that we're considering middle class sort of no longer exists. And if you're interested in learning more about class dynamics and how people perceive their own wealth, you should subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in my bio.